Hi guys, I wish to take you through the process of coming up with a simple student fees management system, and I will start by demonstration of what we shall be doing. And if I open this system, this is how it could be. We shall have the splash form, then we shall have the user login. In this part of user authentication, you can be in a position to do several things. Like for example, you see now when you try to cancel, you have, are you sure you want to cancel? No, then I am retained here. I can also add users from this screen. Like now, I want to edit or add a new user. If I can just hit on change, then I will be taken to this advanced user settings dialog box where I can be in a position to add a user. I can also be in a position to delete a user or change, that is to edit. And once you change, you may not be in a position to undo the changes. You are given that warning. And for that case, my system is simple, and you can be in a position to go to fees entries. Then you have this dialog box where you can choose the year. You can also choose the stream, like I'll be working with form 3 and form 4. Then I can choose the stream, north, south, west and east. Like for instance, I can just go to north. Then I choose the term. I have opted to use 3 terms where you can adjust them accordingly. Therefore, I just choose term 1. Then I can hit on capture. Therefore, once I hit on capture, I'll be redirected to this module where I'll get the filtered class per term. Therefore, I have filtered year 2021, term 1, and I have filtered 3N. And for that case, you'll get that 3N has been filtered here. I can also go ahead with hiding the ribbon up here so that my system occupy a larger space. You'll also realize that there is a refund field here which is not active. Therefore, in case there is a refund, I can just hit on refund button. Then I will hit on OK here. Then I'll be in a position to get the field activated here for me. Then on the other hand, I can hit on advanced settings where I can be in a position to set my term 1, term 2, term 3, or even update students to the next year. Then can just confirm I want to cancel. Therefore, basically, this is what I'll be taking you through. On the other hand, when I cross this one and I confirm I want to cross, I can go ahead and go to individual students in case I want to produce sum of a receipt for a certain non-student. Then I can be in a position to type his or her admission number here, then hit on OK. The same case applies here in case I want to see financial statement for this class. Therefore, I can just filter the details and hit on reports. Therefore, I can be in a position to get a comprehensive fees statement for that class only. Therefore, basically, that's what I'll be taking you through from scratch. So, ladies and gentlemen, we launch Microsoft Access. Therefore, you just launch Access. Then, once you launch Microsoft Access, you go to blank database. You hit on blank database. Then you redirect where you want your database saved. I want mine saved on desktop. Therefore, can just call it Fees Management System Pro 2021. Then I hit on OK. Then I hit on Create. Now, once I hit on Create, as usual, we shall start by creating tables, and therefore I hit on Create. Then I hit on Table Design. Then I'll be in a position to use S here stands for student. student admission number. Then this admission number of ours, I want it to be four digits, therefore I choose 4. Then I go ahead and choose the student name. I go ahead and choose the student class or form, of which we shall have the form and the room, and therefore we can have class. This one should be number. Sorry, this one should be short text. This one should be number. Then I can go ahead and type S here. Then this one should be number. I'll also go ahead and type S term. That is term 1 to 3. Now when we come to this part here, we can leave it that way. Then we set our primary key. Our primary key will be this field here. Therefore I just hit on that one. Then I hit Control S to save. Therefore this one is called students table. Then we can still go ahead and work on this one. This one you can just call it fees. Now on the fees, this one we shall have sorry, this should not be the fees, but we can just edit it to terms that way. Then I hit on design view. Therefore I have term. Then on term here, I will go to this part down here and then choose combo box. This one should be value list. Then from here, I will have my term 1, then semicolon. Then we shall have my my term 2, then another semicolon. Then we shall have term 3. Therefore remember space is once, term 3. Therefore after doing that, I'm creating a lookup having that. Then if I come to this point here, I can just choose term 1. Therefore I have term 2. This one can be edited. Then this one is term 3. We need to have the space. Therefore we have term 1, term 2, term 3 in our terms. Then we can proceed to the next table. The next table here, we go to create, then table design. We shall have our admission number. Here it will be the foreign key, so we shall not have it as the primary key. Then from there we shall have F form. This will allow duplication. Therefore this one is number. Then we shall have F. F here stands for fees table. Therefore we shall have F class. Remember the other one I used S, and I said S stands for student. Then we shall have F here. That is for the students here. Therefore this is number. Sorry, this is number. Then we shall have the serial number. This is the primary key here. You can have it as auto number. Sorry, this one can be used as auto number. We shall have it as auto number. Then we can also have the payment mode. Payment mode. This is the payment mode. We can have the date paid. This is date and time. Then you can have the fees payable. You can also have the fees paid. You can also have the fees balance. Now this one you can just have it as number. This one you can have it as calculated field. Therefore you just hit on calculated. Then here we shall have the fees payable. That way we shall have the fees payable minus fees paid. Therefore you don't need to calculate that one anymore. Therefore that is a calculated field. Then from there we shall have the receipt number. The receipt number can also be a calculated field so that it can be generated automatically. We shall have the F admission number. Sorry, we shall have the we can have the year 2021 added to the serial number. That way, that one can be our receipt number, so that it can be unique for every student. Therefore, that is also a calculated field. Then the mode of payment, we go to lookup, we change this one to combo, this to value list. Then from this point, we can have cash, then you can have semicolon, you can also have check. The student can also pay using a check, semicolon. Then student can also use mobile money or any other method like bank slip. Can also have bank slip. Good. Then I can just hit on Control S to save my table. This is table fees. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is how our structure of our table looks like. And on the same note, somewhere as we proceed, I will import login table, but that one should not be a very big challenge, because I also upload this database or this system on my website, gichaidon.co.ke, for easy follow-up, so that you can be in a position to see all the codes and all the stuff that I am applying here. Ladies and gentlemen, that now that I have the structure of the table, allow me to be back once I type the student details inside this. I'm back. I have used admission number, I have typed the student names, I have typed the way I want my data to be displayed. Therefore, this is how my data looks like. Now, once I do that, we can proceed to queries, so that we can be in a position to, that is to come up with a query where all our data manipulation will take place. And therefore, we just go to create. We go to create, then we hit on query design. Therefore, when we are in this dialog box, I will use student table and fees table. Therefore, our student table here is the parent table, and this one is our child table. So I will create my relationship here, where I will opt to use joins. Therefore, you hold and drag this one to that one, that is admission number to admission number, and then I will create the joins. This is whereby I will instruct the Microsoft engine that include all records from students and only those records from fees where the join fees are equal. That is very crucial. Then I also include the S form to F form. I do the same. I use option of include all record from students. Then we have student class. I do that to student class. I also do the same. Then I also proceed the S year to F year. Remember, these fields data types must be exact. Then I also hit S term to probably we need to include that is the, we need to include that one. First of all, we save, then we include the F term. I forgot. Therefore, I also go back to design view of fees, then I include F term. I forgot that one. F term, that is text. Then I go ahead to my query, right click, design view. Then I can include this one to this one. I also double click. Then I say, or I instruct the engine, include all from students to fees, that is from the mother table or parent table to child. Then from here we can just double click the feeds. I'm double clicking them for easy manipulation. Then I can also do the same to these ones, and I need to scroll to see whether they are being added. Therefore, I'm in form, class, year, serial number, payment mode, date, fees paid, fees payable, fees paid. I can also ensure everything is fine. Fees balances, receipt number, and F term. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we are somewhere. We can just hit design, then run, and see that our query is running as required. Then this is the query, this query one, mark it. This is the query that will do a lot for us, and therefore we shall just be duplicating by copying this query For instance, I'll copy this query and paste it. Then I can have the one that we shall have for statement. Then I can also copy paste, and then we can have the one for filters. You can just call it filters. Remember, our query one, we shall not apply any formatting, so that we can use it as a duplicate. Then from there, you'll notice that we shall require to have update queries, where we shall update term 1, term 2, and term 3. And therefore, we just go to create. We create a simple query, then go to query design. I will use students. This is the parent table. Then I will be using the term. And for that case, I will just come to this point. I want to have term 1, 2, 3. Therefore, I go to design. Then I hit update query. Therefore, there will be added a field called update to. Therefore, this one, when I hit that button, it should update to term 1. It should update to term 2. And for that case, I will save this one as set to term 2. Then I click on OK. Now, instead of doing so much, I can just copy this. Right click, copy, right click, paste. Then I call this one set to term 3. Then I just remove this part of copy off, this part here. I click on OK. Then I right click, go to design view, change term 2 to term 3. Save, Control S, go again, right click, paste. Then this time round, we want to set it to term 1, because in the following year, we shall actually need to have term 1. And therefore, I just go to design view, change this term 2 to term 1. And for that case, I am good to go. Therefore, this query, if I run this query this way, you'll see if I hit yes, you are about to update 199 rows. And therefore, if I hit on yes, then open the student, you realize that I have updated term 1. You also needed to have the one to update student to the next year, that is 2022 or whichever. And therefore, before you do that, you can just revert this to term 1 by hitting on term 1. Then you hit on refresh. You can hit on refresh, this one. You just notice that it has been reverted back to term 1. And therefore, we create the last one to update the student to the next class. Therefore, just go to create design, hit the parent table, then hit the year. Then we go to design, update query here. Then you'll get this field here, update to. Therefore, we shall have this one as S year plus 1. That is to update student to the following year. Then from there, we can just call this one as to promote students to the next year or to the next class. And for that case, if we want to promote student to the next class again here, we shall have to add the form, and therefore the form here, so that it can be form 2, form 3, form 4. That way, we need to have S form plus 1 also as our update query. Therefore, what this will do, it will take student to the following year. That is, if somebody was in form 1, becomes form 2. If somebody was in year 2021, then this person is taken to the year 2022. Therefore, that is the purpose of that promote student to the next year. Then from there, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to go to the form where we shall be manipulating our data. Therefore, we go to create. We also go to form wizard. We want to save on time. Then we go to this point here out. We can use filters. Then we can send everything to our right hand side apart from the serial number. We don't need the serial number here. We also don't need the receipt number. Then from here, we can just go to next. Then I want tabular table next. Then this one, our form, you can just call it fees capture. Then you hit on finish. Therefore, Microsoft Access is very friendly. It has created for us a complete form. but even if it's complete, we need to do some modification to this form so that at least every field may have the same feature. Therefore, we just go to design view. We make sure that everything is in order. Right now, we can just make sure that all these ones are equal to each other by equalizing them that way. You can do that. That is making sure that they are on the same. That is, they are the same in terms of height, in terms of width. Then you can also do the same to this one. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to be back, that is to come back once I am done with formatting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take you through something very important here. We first of all can change this one. Then I want us to do something together. Now, you notice that I had a parent table and a child table, and that means that for every field of the parent table must be equated to that of child table because of duplication and to avoid losing data in future. Therefore, we shall have admission number equated to admission number. Like this one, this is the parent admission number, this is the child admission number. What I'm gonna do, I will hide the child admission, that is the child feeds, but place them on top of the parent. Therefore, that one is for the admission number. I also have this one, the forms. Therefore, I go to visible, no, I'm just hiding them, but making sure that they are where they are supposed to be. Therefore, I also equate that one to that. I also come to F class. I go to visible, no. Then I equate it by placing it on top of where it should be. Then we also have the year. We can get the F year here. We can also have the F term. Remember, it was the last feed, this one. If I can also bring it back here. Therefore, F year again should not be visible. What should be visible is the parent feed. Therefore, this is for the form year. Then form term I can also hide. Therefore, I can just place it somewhere there, just for equation. Then I need to rearrange these ones by bringing them to where they are supposed to be. That is for the date. Date should be a bit longer to avoid the hash error. Then can also do the same to these ones. Then this is the payable fees. If I can have the payable, then this is the fees paid. We have fees paid, and then this is the fees balance. If I can have the fees balance. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, after having done that, I can just place this back to where it should be, and then go to save it, then go to home and run. Therefore, this is what I have. You can see my graphical user interface has somehow improved. Then we can still do a bit of editing to make it even better as we go on. Then this is for the term. This is for the term. This is for the year. If we have that one, this is for class or the stream. Can have class. This one is for the form. Therefore, you can have capital form there. This is the student name. Student name. And then we have the student admission number. Admission number. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, after having done that one, you can just add color to this one. You can add color. You can go to properties, then go to up here. I choose, like now I want to color the detail. I go to back color here. Can choose a color for that. Can also choose a color for this one that way. Then we can see what we have so far. Therefore, this is what we have. This is the student capture window where I will be doing my work, that is filling the student fees. And for instance, okay, you have noticed that it cannot write, and that is very crucial. If we just go to design view, then go to data, this part here dynasset here, you double click, you double click here, or you just choose inconsistent data dynaset inconsistent updates. That one will allow us to be in a position to add data in our dynaset. And therefore, for instance, now if I press something like 2300 that way, therefore you can see our system is now able to capture that one. It will be in a position to capture and calculate the balance, but we are not yet done, because we need, if this student paid for term 1 and term 2 and term 3, that data should be duplicated here. It should be duplicated in the child table, and that's what exactly we want our system to do. And therefore, for that case, we can just do the necessary. You can just take these ones. I am using the down arrow key on my keyboard. Then we can also have a bit of design of this one, so that we can now go to coding. If I can just go to this part here, then I go to where money is, then I choose all, so that I can be in a position to have a logo. Therefore, I want to use this as my logo here. Then I can just go to design, take a label, then draw the label here. This is the student fees management system. Then you click outside the label, go to design format, you increase the font size, choose bold that way, and you can be in a position to see that at least we are heading somewhere. Our system is somehow good. Then on the other hand, we can now go to a bit of coding on what we expect here to that is to be done on this form of ours. Therefore, what we're gonna do here, we just go to design view, and we can start by drawing a button here. That is a button. We can start by drawing a button to hide and unhide the ribbon. Therefore, this one is show. That is show stroke hide the ribbon. Therefore, after having done that, you can just go to format, make it bold that way. You can also make this one to size 13. That just cross this one. Therefore, we can just pull this. Then we click on this button of ours, go to design, go to property sheet, event. We want on click event, what happens. Therefore, when we click, we need this one to do cmd dot show toolbar. Then our toolbar is our ribbon. If we have ribbon, then we shall have it as yes. Therefore, that is the code to show the ribbon. That is the code. This is the code to show the ribbon. Therefore, I also have the next event. When I double click, it should hide the ribbon. Therefore, we shall have ribbon no. I have just copy pasted the code for to make to save on time. Therefore, you can see our code is working. It's hiding the ribbon and showing the ribbon. Therefore, after having done that one, we also need to have the button or these ones captured here. Therefore, you can just go to design view. Then we can have go to design, take this button, the command button, then draw it. Therefore, the control wizard is not enabled. We need to come down here and enable the, that is, we go down here and enable this control wizard. Then now hit this one. Therefore, it should initialize the wizard. Then I go to miscellaneous, run query next, set term 1 next, run query. Therefore, this one is set to term 1. Then I click on finish. Then I go again, I draw the next button here to set to term 2. If I go to miscellaneous, run query, next, set to term 2. Then here it is, I want it to be set to term 2. Then finish. Again, I go to the same button. If I want it to have to set term 3, miscellaneous, run query, next, then set to term 3, next, text. Therefore this one is set to term 3. Finish. Then this is the buttons to set the terms. Then you can also have the one to update students to the following year. If we shall have miscellaneous, run query, next, then we have promote to next year, that is promote students to next year, that is a bit longer. Therefore this is how this one looks like. You can go ahead and hold control, click each individually, then you can just go to all. Then once we are all, scroll upwards, go to back color here. You can have it as black. Also font color on the same, you can have it as white color, so that our system looks like that. Therefore, so far this is where we have our navigation. This is where you can set our term. You can also have this one. Then from there, after having done that, we can just go to the re-recording, whereby we shall ensure that whatever we do here, whether it's term 1, 2, or 3, it is also applied in the child table. And for that case, we just go back to design view. We disable what we feel should not be displayed, but right now these ones I want them disabled. I go to data enabled, no. Then I can also do that one for the balance. I can also disable the balance. Yeah, good. File save, we run, we see what we have so far, ladies and gentlemen. Then we can just pull this back. Always pull this back. We can also display clock here. Just go to design, take a text box. Then we want to display our time here. If we remove the label, then we type inside here equals to now, bracket, close the bracket. We need our time displayed here. Then go to format, increase the font size that way. Then on this button, we don't want to see this line, therefore you go to all, then scroll up, go to where backstyle color is, backstyle, and make it transparent so that we cannot have the line. Therefore this one should be transparent. Also the border style should be transparent, and therefore when I run this one, that way I receive my time without the lines. Now I have also disabled these ones. You should not edit from this point. You should capture the student details from different places. Now let's go to the re-recording of this part. Therefore I go to design view of this part. Then I'll be in a position to go to here. I go to one of these buttons. Like now I want to have this equated to where it should be equated, and for that case I can just hit on one of the ones I need. Like now I want fees payable. I go to event, then I go on roster focus, this one. I choose event procedure on roster focus, then I click on the 3 dots. Therefore it will allow me to go to the code window. Therefore at this point I want to code to equate the child to parent, and therefore you have f form equals to s form. Then you have f class equals to s class. Then we have f year equals to s year. Then we also have f term equals to s term. Then we can also have the year, the form, you can also try to see what else we shall equate. F admission number should be equal to S admission number. That is for essay manipulation, and for that case, if I want to see whether the feed exists, you just hit the dot. Once you hit the dot, you'll be in a position to tell whether that feed exists or not. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I only copy this so that I can just change the variable. Like for instance, for the next button, I only change this one. This is for the fees paid. Then for the next one, I also paste this one is for the fees balance that way. Then I also need to do the same for the other feeds, like I want to do this one for the that is for the S admission number. I do the same for that is for the S form. Let's start there. I also do the same for S class. So yeah, S class, good. Then I also do the same for S year. That is for S year. I also do the same, that is for the year class form. Admission number 1, 2, 3, 4. We are left with S class, S admission number, S year, S form. I think we are done. We have S admission number, S form. I think we are done with that. Therefore, basically, what the code is doing is to try to equate when the text box loses focus, then it equates that one. Then on the other hand, we can also include option explicit. Command there, option explicit there. Therefore, after having done that, you can go to this button here and run, and then we shall try to key in some data and see whether it will be. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just try our system. Like now, this guy paid cash and paid on yesterday. This one paid via mobile money and had paid on that. Then this one paid using bank slip and paid on 5th. This one has paid that amount, or is expected to pay that amount depending on the previous fees balances. Then this one also is required to pay 10k, but I had paid 5600. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's now go to the form and see how far this one works. Therefore, if I cross this one, then I go to fees child table. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. You realize that the parent table is duplicating data in the child's table as expected. Then after having done that, we can go ahead and create a filter form whereby we shall expect to filter. We perform a filter, and for instance, this is data for all students, but I want data for a certain class, and therefore for that case, allow me to do a modification here just to include the classes so that you can see the classes that we are filtering. And therefore we shall have the include the feed for mother table, that is for the form, that is for the form here. You can have the class there. Then you can also have the S class here, so that we can be in a position to see what has been actually been filtered. Therefore, we shall have this one displayed there. Then this is where we shall have our data. We go to format. We can include them to have the same, almost the same color with the with that one. Then a bigger size, black, that way. Then we can also change the font size to a narrower one. Then after having done that, if I run, you'll be in a position to see the okay, the class active where the cursor is 3 east, but we want to filter only the class that should be displayed here, and the accountant should only fill fees for that juncture. And therefore, let's do that. We shall go to create, then we go to more forms. We can use the model form. We remove these ones. Then we save this one as ABC. That is our ABC form. Then we go to design. We go to where combo box is. Combo. We can draw our combo here. This is our combo box. Cancel this. We don't want this. Then we can copy paste. Sorry. We can just draw it again. Design. We go to draw our combo box. Cancel the code. Then we copy and paste. We need around 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, you can do that. Then this one you can just call it the year. This one can be the form. This can be class. Then this one is the term. This one should be, we have the year. This should be the term. That way. Therefore, you don't need this. Then we can just have it edited according to our wish. We need it to be bold. We need this one to be a bit big, that way. Then on the other hand, we can also give it a color, that way. This is our combo. Then we can also, these ones we can bring them here. We can go to format and do that. Therefore, this is our combo form home. This is where we shall do our filtering. Then we can also include the a button here. Go to this. You can use a toggle button. We shall code on the toggle. Therefore, this one is enter fees. Therefore, we just go to format, do the same as we had done on the other one. Therefore, enter fees. Then you can also have the exit button, that is the cross form button here. Therefore, this one is cross form. Then this one can also be formatted a bit. Shall have that one. Good. Therefore, this is our filter form. This is our filter form. This is class filter form. We have it formatted. It's our class filter form. Then, therefore, if I save this one, this is where we shall do our class filtering. Then we need to connect this one to our codes, and therefore we shall just start with this one. We go to design, we go to property sheet, then we go to data, then we go to something called row source, and therefore in the row source we type as an SQL statement that is in the row source. Therefore select, we are selecting distinct, then the field. Our field here is term. From where? That is from term, from our terms, this way. Therefore, if I hit this one, distinct, we have misspelled the word distinct. Therefore, we go back to distinct. Therefore, let's see if I run it. Good. You see now it is reading this one from this table here. Therefore, what I am doing, I'm selecting a field called term. I'm selecting a field called term from a table called terms. Therefore, I can just copy this. Then I go to this one, I paste it. This time around, I'm selecting a field called S form from students, from a table called students. That's what I'm doing. Therefore, I copy this. Then I'm going to form. I paste it. I'm choosing now S class from students. This one we are done. This class. Then I go for the, okay, sorry, this is for the year. This we are choosing as year. This one is the one we are choosing as form. Then this one is S class. This one is not yet coded. If we go to this one, this is for the S class. That way. Then after having done that, if I run now, I'll be in a position to see it is choosing 2021. It is choosing my 3 classes, my 2 classes. It is also choosing the that is the contents. It's reading them the way they are keyed in here. Then the next thing is to code on the button. That is to code on this button so that it can filter. Therefore, I go to this button. I go to event. On click event, choose event procedure. Then I'll be in a position to write the code. Do cmd dot open form. I give the form name. The form name, it should be in quotes. Opening. I want to open a form called fees capture. Yeah, therefore you are opening a field called fees capture. Therefore fees capture, and this form should open in normal arc, normal, AC normal. Then I should close that field, that small form. Therefore that is dot. First of all, should maximize. Then we should have me dot visible should be equal to false. That is the current form. I will verify it as me. So after having done that, we can run this, then try to see what we have. 2021 form 3. Like now I want form 3 north, term 1, then fee center. There we are. So far there is a bit of something not yet done on the query, but so far you have seen the code is working fine. So what we need to do, we go to this query here, filters, and apply something called filters. Therefore, I'll just go to design view of this query. Just be keen on what I'll be doing here, because it's very important. And therefore, I will filter we shall filter the feeds that we have used in our combo. Therefore, we usually have we have forms, then form name. We are using ABC to filter, and then we shall have the field. First of all, you have to mark. You have to mark the names of this. You go to ABC, then mark these ones. For example, if I go to properties, this is combo 4, 6, 8, 10. Therefore, the form is combo 6. So this one is combo 6. I just choose. That is for the form. For the class, I go back to this. For the class is combo 8. So I go back to this one. I copy this. Just copy this one. Copy. Paste it here. But this is combo 8. Combo. This is combo 8. This is combo 8. Then we go for the year. For the year is combo 4. Therefore, I just go to this point and choose combo 4. Then for the term, just confirm. For the term, it is combo 10. So we just go paste this one and choose this one to combo 10. That way. Therefore, what I'm basically doing here is to relate. It is to connect the query to our form so that filtering can be easily done. Remember, you can get this database from my website, gichaidon.co.ke. I have dropped the URL, that is the website address on just below this video. So you can be in a position to get these codes for free. I have put them there to help you. So when I save this one and run this way, you see now I have filtered 3N and I can only get contents of 3n. Therefore, that is exactly what I wanted us to have. Then if now I go again and filter another class here, if I filter a different class, like I use 3w or form 4w, that way, you see, I'll be in a position to only fill data for students who come from that exact class. Then on the same note, on this one, that is for the on design here for this one, that is for this, we can add a button to help us produce the statement straight away from this without using any other. And therefore, for that case, I'll add another button here. Then this button here, I'll just come call it display, that is display fees statement. That one we want it for a specific class. Therefore, for that case, allow me to do that one. This is fee statement, but for this case, this one should open a report but not a form, and therefore we shall first of all create the statement. Create, we go to report wizard, we then go to our query one, then we need whatever we need the admission number, the name, the form class, that one. Then we also need to have the year. We want to have the fees paid, the date it was paid, and the mode of payment. Then we can also have the receipt number displayed. So we go to next, then tabular, next. That is okay. We need this one to be our fees statement. We want it to be fees statement for that case. Therefore, I click on finish. This is our case fee statement. I can just change it to landscape, then save it. Then I go to design view so that I can be in a position to choose and have whatever I want displayed. And for that case, we can just pull this one at least backwards. This one's at least backwards somewhere there, so that we can have this as the receipt number that way. This is the mode of payment. You can have this one also pulled somewhere there, so that we can also have the fees, the date of transaction. This is the fees paid. You can have the fees paid somewhere here that way. Then this is our fee statement. We can just run it and see what we have. Therefore, it is working well. And once I'm here, can be in a position to edit these ones accordingly, so that it can reflect what I want. Therefore, you can also do more and more editing of this. But if you look at our fee statement, it is a bit of mixed up. But we shall only need a fee statement of a certain class. That's why we shall be adding the filter on that edge. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go back to that one. Therefore, we go to this point here. We go to our ABC. We go to our ABC part. Hit this button, display fees. Then go to event. Then we go to on click. Remember, we are using on click event, and therefore we go to this point here. We code our that is, we write our code on this one, and therefore we shall have our code at do cmd.open, that is open report. We shall go to open report, then report name. Our report name here is, our report is fees statement. Then on our after fees statement, our report should be previewed. That is, we have this option for preview. Then we shall go to maximize, do cmd.maximize our report. Then we cross the form, and therefore do cmd.cross our form. Therefore, you are crossing our form, and then we put a comma. Therefore, our form here is referred as me.form, me.form.name. Therefore, for that case, we shall be actually crossing that one, but we can just give a try and see whether we shall be in a position to accomplish something. Therefore, we choose 2021, Form 3, we want Form 3N, then we want it in Term 1, then display. Therefore, okay, that part is working, but remember, we want to display only 3 nodes. So we have to connect this one to a filtered query. So, ladies and gentlemen, we go back to our queries. Remember our query, we had used we have used query 1. This time around, let's just copy the filtered query. This is the query we applied the filters. Therefore, you just copy it instead of recording. Therefore, you go to this point here, right click, copy, right click, paste. Then you can just call it fees statement, so that we can be in a position to have it here. Then go to fees statement, go to design view, go to design, go to property sheet, change the record source. Therefore, the record source is from query 1. Query 1 is from query 1 to statement. So I just come to this point, choose my query fee statement. Why? Because it has filters, and we want exactly the same to be applied. So we go to ABC, we go to 2021, we go to Form 3. For example, I want North. Then I go to Term 1 and hit this one. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. You can see I have only gotten the fee statement for a certain class. That is the class of my choice. Then, after having done that one, you realize that if I set this one to Term 2 this way, it will actually capture the next, that is the next fees for Term 2, and that one can be evident from here. If I go to fees, as these students, once they are taken to Term 2, then Term 2 data should appear somewhere down here. Therefore, you can see we have Term 2. Therefore, if we go to we have Term 1. If I go to Term 2, I'll be in a position now again to capture the same. Like for instance, let's just give a try. We just go and capture fees details for Form 3N, that Term 1, enter fees, and therefore you just go to this point here and enter the fees for at least few students. Therefore, this one is paying 5K and has paid 1,000. Then we can also have another guy who paid on 4th again, who's paid that fees and add this balance. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have captured at least 3 students from this class, and let's see if we set this one to Term 2, whether the same will be duplicated somewhere. Therefore, we just save this, then go to set to Term 2. We set this one to Term 2. Then we go again, this time round, we go to Term 2. We want to hit Term 2. We want to get fees entry note to the report for 3N Term 2. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. You can see it has refreshed, and therefore these guys can be recorded afresh depending on how they have paid. Therefore, this for example, let's have this one changed to that one, change it to that one, and we have these guys paying the same amount of cash. Then they paid variant, they paid in different chunks, or they paid in different amounts that way. Therefore, now if we go back to our fee statement, ladies and gentlemen, you realize that our system is working fine. You see now, the same student fees for Form 1 and 2 is being duplicated without losing. You see now, like this student 8292, fees again here 8292. The admission number here we set it as a foreign key but not the primary key. It has actually worked as expected, and therefore After having done that, now I can get the fees statement for term 2 for form 3 north. Therefore, that way, therefore I can be in a position to see for term 2 what has been paid. And therefore, from there, ladies and gentlemen, the last part of coding, I will not do it since I will provide you with this database on my website. Therefore, I just import. Therefore, I just go to external data. I go to this part here, form design. I click on access. Then I go to my desktop. I go to where my miss is. Then I go to that way. I go to tables. I import a table called login. I also import the user information, user login, main, and memo. These ones you'll get them on my website. Then after having done so, I just go to my main form and edit it a bit. Therefore, I can just edit my form here. Therefore, I just go to design, click on this button here, and then draw my form. Therefore, my operation form is choose open form. Next, my operation form is ABC. Then I can just click here, click here to start, that way. Then I click on finish. Therefore, this is where my whole system works. Then I just need to go to format. I change this one. Then I also add a bigger font there. Then I save this one. Then from there, I can just go to this part here, file, then options, access options. I go to current database. I type my title. My title is students fees management system 2021. Then I need to choose the form to display. My form to display is memo. Then I need to remove this display navigation pane. I also remove allow full menus, allow default menus. I click on OK. Therefore, once I click on OK, I can be in a position now to go to where my fees management is, and I double click. I see what I have so far. Therefore, I just click on enable macros. Then my system works as follows. Therefore, it will run. Then I can key in the password and the username that way. Then click here to start. I start my system. I want to fill marks. Therefore, I'll just come to this point, 2021. Then I choose the class, 3S, which term we are in term 2. Then enter marks. Then I can be in a position to enter marks for 3S. That is for 3S. Can also hide the ribbon. Therefore, I can be in a position to enter, that is the not marks really, but fees for 3S without mixing it with any other class. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed for me. Share my videos to your friends, let them run. Also access and reach my website, kichaidon.co.ke. I have already dropped the that is the website address below this video, so that you can be in a position to download this software and edit it if you wish. Also use the codes for free, so that you can be in a position also to get the skills.